Welcome to the Productivity Dad YouTube channel. My name is J.R. Heimbigner. If you haven't been around before, we talk about productivity tips, techniques, and tricks to help us get more done in life and enjoy the time outside of work and outside of projects. If you've been with us before and you've watched a few videos, be sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell so that way when I upload a video you get notified and can check it out. Today we are going to be talking about one of my favorite things. It helps me remember everything, and contrary to popular belief, it's not boring. What is it? It's a digital filing system. Why digital? Because paper is out. We lose paper, we ruin paper, and if you're like me with kids, my children color on anything that's paper, whether it's an important document, a bill, or, their birth certificates. They didn't really do that, but they would. That's why we've got to go digital. I'm talking about putting it all in one place that you can have at the ready. Where you're going to keep projects. This is where you're going to keep important information. This is where you're going to keep documents that you're going to either be working on or that you need to reference later on. And so that's why we need to go digital. The time of paper has passed. We are moving everything to digital in our household. Our bills are digital. Everything that comes in, I try to scan in or snap a picture of so it goes into the digital reference folders. All right, so we know we need to have a digital filing folder. And if you still think I'm crazy, just remember the next time you lose a bill and it goes to collections, or the next time that you can't find an idea that you scribbled down on a notepad, this is why if you just put it into your digital system, it would work. If you don't have one right now, I want to give you a 5-step action plan. It's super simple, super easy, and it's something that is how I started my system, and it's how I update it all the time. And like I said, it's 5 steps, so it won't take any time at all. The first step is to figure out the project software, the piece for ongoing work or projects or information that you need to keep. Now, this can be a lot of things. When I first started going digital, I used Evernote. And tons of people love Evernote. There's lots of options to it. There's tags and this and that. The problem was it got too complicated for me. I had this system that was so complicated I couldn't get anything done. So I moved to Microsoft OneNote. It's a little bit more simple. It's within the Microsoft suite, which I was familiar with. And it worked all right, but I kept losing things within that system. So then I moved to Apple Notes. Real simple, real easy to use, and it goes across my iPhone, my MacBook, or my iPad. It's really great, and again, it's simple. Now, when we think about this project management software, we need to decide what we're going to use, where you're going to keep everything that you're working on. If you don't know where you're going to keep it, or you're going to use something that you're not going to use, you're going to pick something that you're not going to use anyway, then it's just not going to work. You're not going to use it, and you might as well just forget about watching the rest of the video. But if you want to change your system, this is the way to do it. And so you got to start out by picking a project software. Like I said, I use Apple products primarily, so that's why I'm using Apple Notes. And again, it's simple and easy. If you're use Microsoft Outlook and Word and all those things, you may want to go with OneNote. Or if you've got Google, you can just create Google Docs that'll do the same thing. Whatever it is, you need to pick your system, and you need to pick it now. Now, step number 2 is a digital document filing system. This does not have to be complicated. 1 should be on the cloud, 2 should be really simple too, and 3 should be searchable. What I use is I have a folder for every year. So 2020, 2021, 2022, I'll always have one folder for every year. That's where everything goes first. Then within those year folders, I will focus on the different projects that I've either got going on or the projects that have been completed. I put each one of those projects in there, and I don't put any subfolders. So right now I'm working on a small book that I'm getting ready to put out. Everything from cover design to the different drafts to the formatting document will all go into this one project folder. If it rolls over into 2021, then I'll just take that folder and move it to the 2021 folder. Simple as that. It's simple, it's easy. And this is also where I scan in documents, so we still get, every so often I'll get some sort of paper information, property tax documents or something from the county. They still send them on a little note card thing. So I'll take a picture of that, scan it in, and then put it into one of these document folders. So it's real simple, real easy. You just set that up and go from there. Step number 3 is to set up the project folders within your project software. So right now I keep kind of looking over here because my notes are on my MacBook in Apple Notes. And I keep one specific folder specifically for YouTube scripts, one for writing on Medium. I keep one for the important things that I need to keep track of with my kids' school. I have different folders for each one of those things. And that is the key. You want to set up the folders for ongoing projects. Stop and just think of a few things you've got going on and start those right away into your project management software, or your Apple Notes, Microsoft OneNote, Evernote, whatever. Step number 4 is to organize this system. Put it into the digital inbox or get it all in front of you, and then start putting the documents into the document file, putting the notes or write-ups or pictures, whatever it is, into your notes system, and make sure it goes into each project. When you put them into those projects, then you'll be able to have everything available. Now here is the key. Stop and look at me. Here's the key. This is a system you need to start and complete putting everything where it is in one sitting. Because if you try to do it a half an hour here and a half an hour there, you'll start to get overwhelmed and then you'll give up on doing it. Or you'll get half the things in and you never come back to it, and then you start forgetting things anyway that didn't make it into the system. I would say probably schedule or carve out 1 to 2 hours to do this. It's really important, and I know it will help you if you finish it all in one sitting, because then you can just start using it right away. Now, step number 5 is something I talk about a ton, and it is scheduling a weekly review. I do this every week, typically Monday mornings, and I just review everything that's on my calendar, on my task lists, and in my project and filing systems. Making sure that I know where everything is, if there's stuff that can be moved from maybe an active folder to a reference folder, so that way everything is clean and ready to go so I can hit the ground running for the rest of the week. Weekly reviews are essential. All right, one last thing. Here we go. This is it. Remember, we need to have a system to keep track of everything. The most important things in our lives need to be in this system, because it won't be in our minds to clutter us up and keep us from doing the things we need to do, but 2, so that way we can just get into a habit of knowing where everything is. And a digital filing system is the way to go. Now, there are a couple of things we need to remember. Use a system that works for you. Use a program or app that works for you. Make sure that you are doing weekly reviews. As long as you do that, you will be able to stay on top of things and never feel overwhelmed. And lastly, start today. Start today. It's real easy. You can do the first 3 steps in the next half an hour. Pick a program, figure out your digital document filing system, and set up the project software, your app for your notes and all that. You can do those 3 things today, and then set aside 1 to 2 hours tomorrow, get everything into the system, and then schedule your weekly reviews. It's as simple as that. Thanks so much for watching the Productivity Dad YouTube channel. If I can get things done, so can you. Be sure to hit subscribe, leave a comment if you have any questions, or if there's a system that you use that's helpful. I'd love to hear about it. And make sure that you share the video with others in case you know somebody who could use it. Thanks so much, and we'll see you next time.